Hi, my name is Vena. I'm originally from Rea, but I live in Nandi. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm John from Kornabuan, Tafua. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Atlisi.
We love listening to Today FM because it rocks in Ba.
Hola, my name is Tisal. I've been listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Tonight, Fiji through to Las Vegas Sevens semi-final. Prime Minister renews message of non-violence against women and children. And economic growth remains on track.
From the studios of FBC Suba, I'm Rita Sagar.
The Vodafone Fiji Sevens team has progressed to the Cup semi-final of the Las Vegas tournament after defeating Canada 31-12 in the Cup quarterfinals this afternoon. The Fijian side scored 5 tries with 3 successful conversions. Here are the scores.
They're still in possession though inside the Canadian 22. Here is Domalala, goes short to Nasokai again. In turn goes back to Domalala. The ball back in field is ridiculous from Nasoko. Now Tuai gets some room in behind. The feet are incredible. Oh, this is something else. Are you kidding me, Fiji? Domalala has his second. That one is out of the Fijian top draw. Fiji up by 9. Now it is their number 9, Tuai. Tuai! He shreds them! And now offloads it to Nasoko. It's a gift for the big guy.
You notice the Fijians never having a conventional ruck, but they're wasting bodies to win back the ball.
Without stabbing it ahead. Nafulu! On their way through. They have the opportunity through Lutumailangi. Lutumailangi gets the ball away. The locomotive clears the pass for Viri.
Fiji will meet New Zealand at 10:06 a.m. tomorrow, while South Africa battles USA at 9:44 a.m. You can watch the tournament live on FBC TV and catch live commentaries of Fiji's games on Radio Fiji 1. Now, Prime Minister Vorenga Bainimarama has completed an 8-day tour of the Northern Division. Our North correspondent Eleanor Turangaviu was accompanying the Prime Minister. She files this report.
It was 8 days of opening and commissioning government-funded projects as well as Talano sessions with villagers in the rural and remote areas of the Kaunrobe, Bua and Maduata. Speaking to journalists interviewee at the end of the tour, Prime Minister Vorenga Bainimarama says he will continue to visit these communities and bring essential services closer to them.
I always enjoy going out into the rural areas to see what the people in the rural communities want. And that always encourage me, inspire me to do, to provide the basic services for them, for those who lack basic services.
Bainimarama describes his tour as a very productive one, adding it wouldn't have been possible without the hard work of civil servants.
Crossing mountains and going by punts, and especially those of you who stayed up late at night with communities drinking grog, and of course getting into diets that's not familiar with you. But I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you that has been with me in the last 2 weeks.
One main issue raised in all his Talano sessions with the villagers is the poor condition of our roads.
The only thing we can do is inform the FRA, who's got the program all lined up in fixing the roads. But as you know, the roads have not been very good in the last couple of weeks because of the rain, the heavy rain. Hopefully, when they start their work, the rain will have finished so that they can start on an even platform.
The total cost of the various projects, either opened or commissioned by the Prime Minister during the tour, amounted to about $50 million. Eleanor Turangaviu, FBC News.
There is no excuse for child sexual abuse and violence against women, says the Prime Minister Vorenga Bainimarama. He made the statement at the official opening of the refurbished Waiavo Courthouse in Taveuni. Eleanor Turangaviu has more.
Prime Minister Vorenga Bainimarama has once again reiterated he will not tolerate the blatant disregard of the law by those who sexually abuse children, saying the number of cases reported in Fiji is a shame.
Statistics shows that 80% of child sexual abuse cases, the offender is a member of the child's immediate family or someone the child knows and trusts. We need to protect our children, and neither is there an excuse for child sexual abuse, nor any tolerance on the brunt of the law.
Opening the newly refurbished Wayevo courthouse, Bainimarama also stated that far too many men routinely resort to violence in a domestic setting.
Let me therefore reiterate government's position that there is no justification, no excuse for any man to inflict violence on a woman or abuse her in any way. Those who do so are cowards and criminals.
Bainimarama stresses it's important for all Fijians to know and understand our laws so that they know the appropriate legal action to take should they encounter such situations. Chief Justice Anthony Gates says the new and upgraded courthouse ensures the people of Tavioni have access to better facilities and faster access to justice.
Getting the right balance of increase in facilities and quality of facilities for use by the public, paying attention to the real needs of visitors and users of the courthouse, whilst ensuring that taxpayers' money is not wasted, is essential.
The new court facility now has a waiting area, a convenient cell block, more rooms for court staff, a kitchen, a magistrate's chamber, and a world-class courtroom fitted with an audio recording system. Eleanor Turangibiu, FBC News.
The Northern Division records the second highest number of reported cases of child abuse and neglect. This was revealed by Minister for Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation, Mereseni Vuniwanga, during the North Children's Symposium. Anna Ravulot tells us more.
With 305 reported cases of child abuse and neglect in the North, the Minister for Women says such issues should be looked at home first.
And when a child turns to the state for protection from abuse within his or her own family, that's a real shame. It's a shame for those family members who have become perpetrators, feeding on the positions of trust they've been blessed with to perpetuate crimes against innocent lives.
Save the Children Fiji will be establishing clubs in Vanua level to provide support services and awareness on abuse and neglect.
So we're actually have 9 children's clubs that we will be establishing in informal settlements, in Itoke villages, and also in schools. We'll also reach out to Kia Island.
Vuniwanga says child abuse and neglect needs to stop and can only be done with the help of government partners, NGOs, community-based organizations, particularly religious organizations, to push forward the work of protecting our children at a national level. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Well, still ahead, new fire station in Taviuni. And successful Fijian profiles a young Fijian passionate about nation building.
कमल रोशनी है, हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है, हम गोल्ड टाउन तापुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन तापुआ।
Hi, we bad girls. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तवरा में रहता हूँ, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM.
Rewa Rice Limited has now become Fiji Rice, with a new brand name and logo launched last night. The company, established in 1966, now joins other companies promoting the Fijian-made brand overseas. Eleanor Tarangavu has more.
A bright future now emerges for Rewa Rice Limited with the unveiling of its new brand name, Fiji Rice Limited, and its new logo, which is expected to take the company to another new level of business.
And this new brand will confidently position the company amongst its competitors and at the same time enable Fijians to get their hands on new products that provides a wide range of choices. And perhaps the biggest advantage in refreshing the look and the feel of the brand is the ability to reach new customers both locally and internationally.
Fiji Rice Limited Chair Raj Sharma says the company has been doing remarkably well in the last few years and feels it is now time to rebrand.
There have been very difficult days for Rewa rice. The farmers would recall that the mill would operate for 1 day or so. The workers will recall that they were not paid for weeks or so. That has been the past. And with the commitments of the government of the day, for the last 3 years, we have seen a significant improvement.
FBC News also spoke to a couple of rice farmers from Riketi who say they welcome the change.
That's very good. This government is helping us. That's very good.
It's good because before that name is belongs to Rewa rice from Nausori, and at the moment Fiji rice, and the progressing of rice production in Fiji.
The number of farmers that supply to Fiji rice has increased from 170 in 2013 to 278 in 2016. Eleanor Turangibiu, FBC News.
A new Agriculture Marketing Authority office is open in Nausori, enabling better services for the rural farming communities. Agriculture Minister Iniasari Ratu says this will see better cohesion, coordination and efficiency. Sharon Shivan reports.
This new office will help extend the reach of the Agriculture Marketing Authority to communities that previously had very limited or no access to markets.
A few decades ago, there were only a limited number of players in the agro-based domestic export markets and agro-processing subsectors. Today, we have a significant number of players that are driving the agriculture sector through exports of fresh and processed agriculture products.
The authority has been challenged to remain competitive and relevant, take advantage of business opportunities, and respond to the changing needs of the market and clients.
As Minister responsible for agriculture, my interest on behalf of government is to see that AMA meets its major obligations of serving the mostly rural-based farmers that depend on agriculture production for a living.
Seriratu urged the authority to work in sync with key stakeholders and relevant government ministries to ensure income and employment opportunities for rural communities. The AMA will soon export its first consignment of a number of assorted commodities such as breadfruit, ewe, bele and fish. Sharin Shivan, FBC News.
The Reserve Bank of Fiji is expecting a pickup in sectors that were hit really badly after Cyclone Winston last year. RBF Governor Barry Whiteside says all sectors are showing good promises in terms of growth and is hopeful for the agriculture sector.
We are forecasting a growth of around 3.6% this year. It'll be fairly broad-based across most sectors. In the agriculture sector, sugar industry is an important part of it, and the expectations are there that there will be a turnaround, of course, in production in the sugar industry, so both in cane and in actual sugar manufacture.
People in Taveuni can live in relative safety, knowing there is finally a fire station on the island. The fully fledged branch provides necessary protection of lives, homes, properties and investments. Eleanor Turangibiu reports.
After years of operating from a residential property in Wayevo, the National Fire Authority has opened a new fire station in Taveuni. And given the growing profile of Taveuni, coupled with its growing investments, it was necessary to establish a proper fire station to better serve the community on the Garden Island.
With the increase in tourists, the growth of natural reserves and huge investments on the island, the fire station has been a timely and welcome development.
Officially opening the new fire station, Prime Minister Warenge Bainimarama reiterated his call for people to take fire safety seriously, with an increased number of fires reported so far this year.
Well, I'm glad that there have been no lives lost and no major fire disaster on this island so far. You cannot sit back and relax.
NFA Board Chair Francis Keane says NFA is establishing new fire stations to ensure the same emergency services available in cities and towns are also available to our rural and remote areas.
It's a critical strategic placement here in the Northern Division, also in support of government's Look North policy. It's also a good incentive to entrepreneurs that are out there interested in coming to invest up in the North.
It cost government $1 million to establish the new fire station in Wayevo. Eleanor Turangibiu, FBC News.
Tonight in Successful Fijian, we will share a story of a young leader who through her hard work formed the Aspire Network. Sharon Shivan caught up with Kajal Kumar, the Executive Director of a new generation NGO promoting young people's participation in democratic innovation.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
32-year-old Kajal Kumar is the woman behind the success of the Aspire Network.
Young people, so when we started Aspire Network, the first initial capital was mine, but then young people started to contribute $2 each. And so we actually founded the whole Aspire Network with just $2 and made its way towards the leading organization right now in Fiji when it comes to young people's development.
Kumar was drawn to governance and leadership development from high school and has spent about 13 years working towards nation building. The idea behind the Aspire Network was to stop the suffering that political instability caused to middle and lower income families.
When I was growing up as a young person, I never had any support. And so the whole idea behind Aspire was that if I grow and I pull another person like me up, we slowly will grow up.
This successful young leader says nothing comes without struggle.
I used up my own personal funding to found it. So whatever I had saved from my saving was what I actually contributed towards founding Aspire Network. Initially, it didn't. For the first 1 year, it was a huge struggle because nobody wanted to invest in a new organization.
Kumar won the 2015 Women in Business Awards, and her hard work has been recognized internationally. She was the first youth representative from Pacific to the UN Environmental Conference in 2015, where she lobbied for greater representation of Pacific Island youth and attended the Oxfam International Youth Parliament in Australia.
There will be days when things are going to be really tough, and you'll have disappointments in life, but turn those disappointments into your strength. And get up the next day and you keep moving.
Through Aspire Network, the Youth Parliament was revived after 10 years and conducted the first ever high-powered National Security Young Leaders Dialogue in 2014. It also partnered in hosting the Pacific Island Development Forum in Fiji and lobbied for a National Women's Parliament. Last year, the organization also conducted the first ever National Young Leaders Dialogue.
There were days where I probably broke down in tears because I felt that it was some really good projects that took at least 1 or 2 years to implement. It didn't just come in easy.
Aspire Network has been recognized in Papua New Guinea and a sister organization has been also set up there. Kumar hopes to continue aspiring the young individuals in Fiji in years to come. Sharon Shivan, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Up ahead in sports, Fijiana finished 5th at Las Vegas Sevens. And Fiji FA farewells long-serving CEO Bob Kumar. This and more coming up.
I'm from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Stanley Girdler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Watraki and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune in to Today FM in Nasalai Village. Today FM Rocks.
My name is Inai Ali and I'm from Ba and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from Lapasa. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM Rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto and I love Today FM. Today FM Rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
The Fiji Sevens team defeated Australia 24-17 in its last pool match this morning after leading 14-12 in the first half. Mesulame Kunavula scored 2 impressive tries for Fiji, while others came from Kalione Nasoko and Samisoni Viriviri. Nemani Nagusa was given a yellow card for dangerous tackle. Here are the highlights.
Down the captain, Polinisau. Domalala again. Now to Kunavula. Kunavula kicks clear. Fiji strike first against the Aussies. And now Fiji with a chance to score the opening 2 tries. It's a golden opportunity. Here he comes again. Try time, Fiji. They're going quick through Tua now, Fiji. Looking to possession and get some points. A chance here. Oh, the put down is special from Nasoko.
Pops it up there. He's running at 100 miles an hour. He has to control his body. Oh, yes, Shawnee. That is freakish.
Whoa-wee. Joubert ticks it off. Bungie on the field. Oh, they are so dangerous. So dangerous. Very, very.
The Ilyas Tanivula coach Fijiana fought their way through the Russian defence to win 5th spot in the USA leg of the World Rugby Women's 7 Series at Sam Boyd Stadium. 2 tries from Lavinia Tanai and 1 to Merwai Dhumu placed the girls ahead by the second half. The Anna Maria Rungi, the captain side, kept Russia at bay until a last-minute try. Fiji led 12-5 at halftime and kept the pressure to win 19-17 at full-time. The team earlier lost 7-22 to Australia in the Cup quarter-final, but bounced back to beat France 15-12 in the 5th place semi-final. Now, the Nandi football side edged Draketi 1-0 in the Vodafone Premier League competition at Subral Park today. Napoleoni Ngasivakatini's first half goal was enough for the Jet Setters' first win in the competition. And in other match result played this afternoon, Lambasa beat Raki 2-0. The Bar team was beaten 8-0 by Team Wellington in the OFC Champions League last night. Fiji Football Association has farewelled one of its longest-serving executives. Former Chief Executive Bob Kumar has retired after 29 years as a CEO, but his ties with Fiji FA date further back. Melita Vanga reports.
Bob Kumar started as CEO in 1988 and hopes to be remembered for his contributions to the association.
All he has been is a loyal employee and a faithful servant of the game of football.
Despite the many ups and downs from within the association and from the public, Kumar says he is still enjoying every moment in office.
There has been critics ups and downs, but we can't please everybody. As long as we do the right thing, we do things that is important for football, and I didn't bother about the critics. That's why you would have seen that we never responded to any critic.
Kumar also thanked his family for always having his back during the busy football schedules.
And I'd like to thank my family and my wife for their dedication. Every weekend, basically every weekend, we were out of home. Every night I go home at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Children will go to bed by then. This was a sacrifice of the families.
New Fiji FA Chief Executive Mohammed Yusuf says he has plans to take Fiji football to another level.
With the board and then try and rebrand our tournaments, rebrand our national league so that we give value for money for the spectators.
Bob Kumar has been serving the association for almost 50 years and he is looking forward to spending more time with his family. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
Sitareki Tamanivalu scored a dramatic try last night as the Crusaders came from behind to claim a remarkable 30-27 win over the Highlanders in Dunedin. The Crusaders jumped Blues for 3rd place in the conference and sit on 9 points. Meanwhile, the Hurricanes hammered the Rebels 71-6, Sharks beat the Brumbies 27-22, and the Kings defeated the Sunwolves 37-23, while Cheetahs beat Bulls 34-28. Well, it was more of a clunker than a classic as Keith Thurman and Denny Garcia fought for 12 rounds at Barclays Centre. A record crowd over 16,000 waited to hear what turned out to be a split decision. 2 judges saw Thurman winning 116-112 and 115-113, while another judge favoured Garcia 115-113. Here are the highlights. Showers and thunderstorms were experienced over most parts of the country today. Cloudy conditions meant temperatures were in the 20s across the Western Division, most recording a low of 24 degrees Celsius. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, more rain across all centres, temperatures again in the 20s. And up in Vanuatu, there was no let-up in rain and the forecast is for more overnight. Well, the working week begins with cloudy conditions and showers over the Fiji group. Temperatures will remain constant as well. Looking further ahead, occasional showers and few thunderstorms over eastern Viti Levu, Lomai Viti and southern Lao group, Kandavu and nearby smaller islands. Elsewhere, showers especially in the afternoon or evening. At sea, north to northwest winds 10 to 15 knots. And to the tides. The next high tide tonight is at 12:24 a.m. with a low tide tomorrow morning at 6:37. Recapping the main stories, Fiji will meet the All Blacks in the Las Vegas Sevens semi-final tomorrow morning. Prime Minister Varange Bainimarama wraps up Northern Tour. And Reserve Bank says economic growth is on track. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we are asking, are town and city councils doing enough in the fight against dengue fever? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can also send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply #FBC News. Until next time, good night.